Now is, will there be any lingering after effect on Gonzaga as they head into this matchup with UConn?
I don't think so, Sean. They've played high-level games before. They've played 3 games in 3 days before. I think they'll be prepared. For me, the issue is the contrasting styles, the skill of Gonzaga, the beautiful way in which they run their offense versus the inside interior power of UConn, which will win out.
Well, the power game is very important for UConn. I think also the matchup. Who's going to play this wonderful talent, Adam Morrison? I do think Denham Brown will start, but I think they'll mix it up, Sean.
Let's take a look now at stars. We're going to be watching tonight 2 of the very brightest stars in the country.
Adam Morrison, a clear player of the year candidate nationally, plays with great pace, really difficult to guard. He's got every shot.
Well, Notre Dame had Rudy, and so does UConn. Only this one can really play some basketball. They need a big game from him, a bounce-back game.
It's the second meeting all time between Connecticut and Gonzaga. They met in the West Regional Finals in the NCAA tournament in 1999. Connecticut won by 5 in a game played in Phoenix. For Gonzaga tonight, Derek Ryer, Marie, Altador, Cespedes, Morrison, Sean Mallon, and J.P. Batista. For Connecticut, the freshman Craig Austrie with Denham Brown, Rudy Gay, Josh Boone, and Hilton Armstrong. Connecticut 3-0. They advance through this tournament with victories over Arkansas and Arizona. They open with a win at Pepperdine in Malibu on their way over here to Hawaii. They're trying to do something they haven't done in a long time, win an in-season tournament that you have to go back to 1956 in the Orange Bowl Classic, the last time Connecticut has won an in-season tournament, in which they were not the host school. They've had 23 trips to one tournament another since then within the regular season without winning a title. Seems hard to believe with the great teams that they've had over the last 18 years or so under Jim Calhoun, the Hall of Fame coach. His opposite number tonight is Mark Few, off to a Hall of Fame start in his 7th year as head coach. He is the winningest coach in the country by percentage at better than 81%. And Calhoun, in his 20th season at UConn, his 34th as a head coach when you add in the 14 years at Northeastern. Mike Pitts, John Higgins, Mike Stewart are the officials. J.P. Batista in the blue of Gonzaga controlled the tip.
And Sean McDonough, Jay Billis. UConn goes. Wait a minute.
John Mallon, the role player, to Derek Rybio, the point guard. And now Batista off. And it's out of bounds. Mallon was in. Some of the fans didn't hear the whistle and roared when the ball got shot up and in through the basket.
That's a big play, I think, Jay. Start to get Batista, ride him out. That's the one thing Josh Boone can do, making a tougher shot. Don't let him load up low.
Well, Batista had to fade away on that. When you fade away, you play right into the hands of a shot blocker. The trap against Austrie.
Nice denial, too.
I think Austrie is a big key in this game. His handling of pressure and handling or double team is going to be really, really important.
Hilton Armstrong coming off a career best night for him last night. Hilton had 14 points. 3 seconds to shoot. Austrie. Wow, he got bailed out. They got bailed out as a team with the shot clock expiring. Rybio committed the foul, the first of the night.
That's painful. They do a great job. The initial, and here you just give an opportunity that he shouldn't have.
One of the keys for both of these teams so far in the tournament has been free throw shooting. Austrie's been perfect. Now 11 for 11 from the line in the 3 games here. He's 13 for 13 as a college basketball player. Connecticut in the 2 wins here in Maui has shot 85% from the line, 51 of 60. And Gonzaga is at 89%, 50 of 56, including just 1 miss yesterday against Michigan State. They made their last 27 free throws.
I'll tell you, Connecticut in this game, that's going to be a point of emphasis for the Huskies to pound it inside and either score or get fouled or both.
Well, that's the matchup to watch, folks. Brown on Morrison. Nice cut by Mallon.
And he scores. Boone trying to react, but a little bit too late. Sean Mallon, the first bucket for the Zags, a junior from Spokane, Washington, hometown of Gonzaga University.
Well, the weak side action is so good. I definitely think that Gonzaga is going to have to go to some zone.
And Jay, this is just a well-executed play. Not the communication. You might have to switch. Boone caught on the high side. Excellent delivery. Boy, going that far, not having vision on the ball. That was not a good play.
See, I don't think you have to switch. You can switch. I don't think you have to. What you do have to do is jump to the ball.
Well, you also have to get off your man a little bit to make sure your guy recovers, in that case, Boone.
Exactly. Pass is made. You've got to jump to the ball.
Nice pass. Boone whistles.
And a foul. Boone will go to the free throw line. Sean Mallon fouled him. His second. 3 team fouls. Here's Boone, the junior from Mount Airy, Maryland. He had 10 points last night against Arizona. Pendergraft into the ball game. David Pendergraft for bench with 2 fouls.
A much improved shot for Josh Boone. The arc and the spin.
I think getting away from that, though. He used to stick the ball out and bring it back in. Distracted from the stroke.
Morrison off the 43-point night last night. In the 2 games in the tournament, Morrison has made 24 of his 45 shots. Pendergraft as it'll rattle out and the rebound down to Boone. The Huskies looked at the
sideline so quickly.
Bailout there. Armstrong just nailed Pendergraft, who got back. And we mentioned last night, Jay, the ability of Hilton to run the floor. It's extraordinary. You must compete with it.
Hilton Armstrong called for the foul. Sarcastic clap by Jim Calhoun. He and Mike Kitts, the official who made that call, have had some heated moments from time to time over the years.
Well, we can relate to that, huh?
Batista inside, and he's fouled.
But he just sticks with it. Keeps going after it. That first shot bothered by Josh Boone, but he did not stop and then went right into the contact.
How about the shoulders on him? He really carves a big area. Gay ends up fouling him here, but gee, is he a big guy across the shoulders?
He doesn't give any ground inside. In fact, he dislodges you as a defender and backs you up.
Foul on Rudy Gay, his first. Batista's performance yesterday lost in Morrison's brilliance. He's another guy who's perfect from the line in this tournament. Yesterday, when he was 10 for 10, he's missed only 1 free throw in the 2 games plus now, and we jinxed him.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, he's now 20 for 22 in the 2 games plus tonight. Gay, the finger roll lay-in. Connecticut leads 6-3.
Too easy.
Whether it's off a make or a miss, so proficient at getting the ball down the floor.
Morrison was stripped. Altidore Cespedes got it back. Pierre has started both games, but has played very few minutes at the beginning of the game and not very much thereafter. Morrison for 3.
Well, you can't relax. Saw the mismatch on the switch. Armstrong out trying to challenge.
And he's always moving. Now going to the zone. Gonzaga. A 2-3 look. Trying to extend.
Hilton Armstrong long with the baseline jumper.
They'll let him have that all day long.
Morrison from the elbow, and that one rattled out. Batted around to Pendergraft, and he made the shorty.
The jump man.
Credit to Batista for keeping that ball alive. A lot of rebounding. He's just pursuing the ball and going after it. That's exactly what Batista did.
Gay short with the shot. He had a rough night last night. 2 out of 10 from the floor. After he was outstanding Monday against Arkansas, had 28 points. He had only 6 last night against Arizona.
But his own very tough one, but right with a guy challenging him there.
Morrison won the rebounding battle from Gay. Morrison scores, cleaning up the miss by Ribio.
Bird-esque in the way he plays, isn't he? Rebounds. He does all the little things as well as having great skill on the offensive end.
And showing this 2-3 zone has just forced Connecticut to just shoot jump shots, so not run anything.
They need to flash from behind that zone. Hilton Armstrong looks a little tired. He's down on his shorts.
Denham Brown has played 2 very solid games out here. 21 against Arkansas, 17 last night against Arizona. Shot clock at 3. Brown a very long 3. And the rebound was kept alive by Armstrong. He has it fouled by Pendergraft. Morrison off to a good start again tonight off the 43 points yesterday. 5 already for the Zags.
Tiger, Annika, the Merrill Lynch Skins game this weekend on ABC.
Everyone talks about how tough their truck is, how much it can haul. But when we build a truck, we like to think beyond the first load, to the second, the third, the fourth. That's why load after load, job after job, year after year, nothing stops a Tundra. Toyota trucks, moving forward.
Built strong. Built comfortable. Built right. Wrangler 5-star premium denim jeans. Wrangler, real, comfortable jeans.
An age-old mystery.
How much do you know about the Bermuda Triangle?
A brand new threat.
It's spreading everywhere.
Triangle, a Sci-Fi Channel original miniseries event coming soon to Sci-Fi.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you in the game. And Toyota. Choose any direction as long as it's forward. Toyota, moving forward.
And we're moving forward tonight with the first one reflection back on last night's triple overtime thriller won by Gonzaga in the semifinals over Michigan State. So well played down the stretch. Neither team had more than a 3-point lead after the 15.5-minute mark remaining in the second half. In fact, there were 13 lead changes in the final 7.5 minutes of regulation. The two teams combined to make 48 of the last 49 free throws. Ager and Morrison with career highs, and in the case of Moore, a tournament record. Previously held 40 points. Terrell Lowry of Loyola Marymount against Chaminade back in 1990.
And how many of those baskets by both Ager and Morrison were just huge, pressure-packed. I mean, what a high-level basketball game for this early in the season, or any time.
Yeah, they ran their stuff great, and if they didn't, those two stepped up for their respective teams.
Ager finished with those 36, despite the fact that he picked up his 4th foul with 18.5 minutes left in the second half. Went to the bench for about 5 minutes, came back with 13:11 remaining, and was brilliant. Armstrong, rare misses for the Huskies from the free throw line. Still a 4-point lead, largest of the night for Gonzaga.
Boy, what a motor Morrison has, going back and forth all over the floor, just running Denham Brown ragged.
Great without the ball. And it's amazing, isn't it? Nice. Well, that's the third one for Pendergraft.
Out of bounds, last touch by Rivio.
Tough to keep up with him, Jay. I mean, he really, you've got a hand hedge to help. He loses his guy, you turn your head. Very forceful and unselfish as well.
You know, those can be like a body shot in a fight that it's going to wear out Denver's game.
Rashad Anderson off the bench for 3.
Love to see him regain his health, Sean. I mean, he's been struggling with it.
Josh Heidveld, the freshman, just into the ball game, couldn't get the short one to drop.
And Prendergast once again in the mix.
Now Rashad Anderson switched off on Denham Brown, back on him.
Nice slip.
Nice.
Heidfeld bumped as he accepted the inbounds pass from Ribio. The first foul on Josh Boone.
A twofold problem, Jay. The guy playing the ball has to face it that way. And here's the hand hedge and then a nice slip. A good read. Heidfeld unfortunately couldn't finish it off, but a terrific look.
He had to catch it one hand because Boone had the other. Morrison a miss. Mentioned Brown, you wonder if anything will slow down Morrison. He played 53 of the 55 minutes in that triple overtime game last night. And played a game, obviously, on Monday as well. Ed Nelson off the bench with a miss. And it's the fourth rebound already by David Pendergraft, a valuable role player off Mark Few's bench. Jeremy Cargo has also come in off the bench. A backup guard, number 2, a freshman. Pendergraft shut off by Nelson. Heidfeld played it into Morrison. That one might have been deflected. Austria, tough pass, never got through to Boone, and the Zags run 2 on 3 for the moment. Fargo couldn't finish. Heidfeld had it blocked by Josh Boone.
Great effort by Boone running the floor. Not much there. 1 on 4. The wingman, one of those judgments. So Nelson, I thought, may have picked up the charge, but gave ground, and Josh Boone consistently with effort.
Boone goes to take a seat. He averaged 3 block shots a game last year when he was the Big East Defensive Player of the Year. Ribio, he's cold to start, and that's unusual. One of the best shooters in the country. Armstrong high in the air, couldn't handle the pass from Austria.
Jim Calhoun's got Gay on Morrison, but now Morrison's going out. They said they would rotate people.
Well, they've got multiple guys that can guard him. I think Denham Brown probably the best defender they can put on him because of his combination of strength and athleticism.
Fargo to Ribio. Ribio at 26 yesterday, at 24 in their opener here in Maui against Maryland. Batista had the ball slip out of his hands as he tried a tough shot.
Well, nice.
And then Heidfeld hacked Hilton Armstrong from behind.
Nice job by Hilton Armstrong to hold his ground. You can get a good idea. Strength of Hilton Armstrong by virtue of the fact that he pushed back Batista, who is just a bull inside.
So Gonzaga stagnant on offense at the moment, and Connecticut with a chance to recapture the lead with under 13 minutes remaining in the first half. The Zags roll for the last 9 from the floor. Rashad Anderson for 3 more.
That is a tough shot, dribbling towards half court and squaring and delivering.
Well, he had Batista switched off on him, and I'm not sure man-to-man is going to work for long against this team.
That bucket by Anderson was ruled a 2. He was on the line. We're using the line that's deeper on the court, a foot longer than the standard college line. Experimental basis in these early season tournaments. JB Batista banked it in. 3 points for Batista. Rob Garrison in now for Connecticut. His pass nearly picked off by Heidfeld, and then Heidfeld tripped. And Heidfeld limping as he gets up after his second foul. Anderson providing offense off the bench. Gonzaga by 1.
You have a prototype, they have a prototype. You have overseas suppliers, they have overseas suppliers. You have low-cost manufacturing, they have low-cost manufacturing. You have packaging, they have packaging. You have an ad agency, they have an ad agency. You have a supply chain that flies through customs, bypasses warehouses, and gets your product on the shelves faster. They have...
It's chilly out there, so prepare. Prepare like never before for the kind of chili that rattles your bones and shakes you to your core. Campbell's Chunky Chili, with beans and without.
Everyone talks about how tough their truck is. how much it can haul. But when we build a truck, we like to think beyond the first load, to the second, the third, the fourth. That's why load after load, job after... Nothing stops a Tundra. Toyota trucks, moving forward.
Now on DVD, discover that size does matter.
I'm really sorry.
I was in the pool! It's a remarkable swashbuckling adventure.
You're gonna be the first pirate. But I don't want to be a pirate.
Seinfeld seasons 5 and 6 now on DVD.
Hi, Captain.
Gonzaga leads by 1 despite shooting 26% from the floor to this point. During the course of the season, the ESPN family of networks showcase a great basketball moment from all 326 Division I schools. The countdown takes us. Time now for ESPNU's pride of the program in the spotlight tonight, Bowling Green. Before he was an NBA Warrior, he was a Bowling Green Falcon. NBA legend Nate Thurmond averaged nearly 18 points and 17 boards per game in college, leading Bowling Green to 2 NCAA tournaments.
I actually played against him in college. Howard Colmage was on the team. They came into Philly and they played in the Quaker City. Great club.
Get a look at the red shirts. They look like a row of candy apples at the fair. That's why the NBA has a dress code.
To eliminate that look. Now there's the penetration, and during the commercial, Jay was saying they need somebody to drive the gaps against the zone.
We are sitting here looking like 3 raspberry popsicles, and you're getting on the Gonzaga coaches?
We're not on camera that often.
Gonzaga's at 1 of its last 10 shots. UCONN has the lead. Rivio bumped as he tried to cut by Rob Garrison.
And Morrison trying to explain what they've been trying to run. A little lack of communication at that point.
First foul on Garrison and the 4th on the team. He gave them 17 very strong minutes yesterday against Arizona. Rivio goes out. He still has not scored.
Davis in the game now. Athletic guard. Put it on the floor.
He has not played, right, Jay?
He's played briefly in each game, but has not scored. Gaines, number 20, a freshman from Berkeley, California. Morrison working on Gay.
That's just a prayer. Great defense by Gay. And that's what scorers do. They create out of nothing.
And Rashawn Anderson is off the milk carton. Not much of a factor in the first game out here. Matter of fact, he did not score in 10 minutes against Arkansas, but at 10 points in 21 minutes last night, has 8 already tonight. Pargo shot short. Jeff Adrian the rebound, and then he was fouled by Pargo.
And when Adrian gets his hands on the... And Morrison not getting bumped off of his path, and both Armstrong and Gay right there, but still finishes the shot.
He got it between the 2 hands, but right here you can't leave this guy alone. Oh, a money man. NCAA tournament time, he lights it up, and if he is healthy, that is a great weapon that Calhoun possesses.
That's a zone buster right there. Talk about stretching a defense. Rashad Anderson can do that.
Mike Kitts in conversation. And here's Jeff Adrian, the freshman from Brookline, Massachusetts, at the free throw line. He was terrific against Arkansas Monday night at 11-6. Did not score last night, but still gave them 6 rebounds.
We've compared him to Kevin Freeman. I'm not sure I see that, but he is relentless, a real lunch pail player that really goes after it.
Very typical of Connecticut inside people. Really look to secure a rebound in a physical way.
Game, the only other time these 2 schools met in the Elite 8 in 1999. Freeman at 13 points and 15 rebounds to deny Gonzaga the upset bid. Huskies went on and won their first national championship. Batista got the roll. JP has 5.
Gay has given Morrison some problems with his length. He's been denying beautifully.
Denham Brown for Rob Jeff Adrian and Josh Boone for Connecticut. Garrison shot off to David Pendergraft. Now Gerganis bumped on the drive.
Gay with the bang there. Good outlet, good run. They had Morrison on the other wing too.
Second foul on Gay. As we mentioned during this tournament, usually when you get 2 fouls in the first half for Jim Calhoun, you come out. And here comes Gay out of the ball game with 9:40 to go in the first half. And a form hold remain there the rest of the half.
And now Marcus Johnson on Adam Morrison. That's going to be a matchup he should be able to exploit.
Morrison missed. Gerganis had a tip that wouldn't go. Johnson caromed it off the leg of Gerganis and out of bounds. So Connecticut plays it in with a 2-point lead. 9.5 to go in the first half.
If you force Morrison to put it on the deck, it's going to be tough for him. He's got to use the screens, get an angle to put it on the deck, but not individual play. Thus far, UConn's hurt.
So they've denied him the catch and shoot opportunities that he thrives upon. If he keeps running off screens, he'll get some of it.
Boone, a handoff to Brown. Austri into the lane. Nice pass to Josh Boone. The Connecticut lead is 4. Boone has 4.
A nice alert cut and hands by Josh Boone.
And a foul against Batistas. JP was trying to establish position.
And a nice open by Boone. Gave him a screen. Hands were ready. Very alert play.
All started by the penetration. Gerganis needed a better closeout. Go low, slow, and under control to stop that drive.
Foul on Batista was his first. Denham Brown. Tough shot off balance out near the arc. Gerganis.
Speed.
And how about the coverage by Mallon and Morrison in case it was missed?
Unbelievable pursuit there.
That's his first career basket. He had not scored in their first 3 games. Larry Gerganis. He had a game-high 16 points in one of their exhibition games against Lewis and Clark, so he is capable of scoring. Averaged 22 a game at St. Mary's in the Bay Area of California last year.
Allen's got 2. He's got to be careful.
And with 8 minutes to go in the first half, Connecticut leads by 4. Batista established position. That time he was fouled.
He just runs right to the rim and locks you down.
He'll shoot the free throw after the immediate timeout. Foul on Adrian, his first.
Everyone talks about how tough their truck is, how much it can haul. But when we build a truck, we like to think beyond the first load, fourth. That's why load after load, job after job, year after year, nothing stops a Tundra. Toyota trucks, moving forward.
Now the big game really is in your room.
That's unbelievable!
ESPN and Fisher-Price introduced the ESPN Shot Block Basketball. It's the only basketball game with built-in defense, featuring the voice of ESPN's own Dick Vitale.
Wow, what a nice shot!
With electronic scoring and real crowd noise, the ESPN Shot Block Basketball gives you 8 different ways to play.
Performance like that, you might be on Sports Center!
Take it to the hole with the ESPN Shot Block Basketball. In stores now. Batteries not.
With the first pick in this year's draft, Dallas selects Cordell Russell, wide receiver, Nebraska.
Life comes at you fast. Nobody helps you. Investments, retirement, insurance.
Nationwide is on your side.
The Chevy Red Tag event is here. The price on our tag is the price you pay, not a penny more. Check out the 2006 Chevy Silverado half-ton with better fuel economy than a Ford half-ton. Get a Silverado half-ton crew cab 2LS two-wheel drive for the red tag price of $22,669 after cash back. The Chevy Red Tag event. See red, save green. See your Carol.
Here at the EA Sports Maui Invitational, the championship game. Connecticut has a 2-point lead over Gonzaga. Feast week continues with the Great Alaska Shootout. Tomorrow night, South Carolina takes on the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves at Sullivan Arena in Anchorage. The Great Alaska Shootout, part of Feast Week. Tomorrow at 10 Eastern Time. I'm sure they'll have scenic shots just like those we've been seeing from Maui.
I'll tell you what, Dave Odom's got a good team there. He's got good guard. Of course, they won the NIT last year, but with Trey Kelly, Terrence Kinsey, he's got some solid players.
Remember the jumper that ended the game?
Oh. Absolutely.
JP Batista from Brazil. Came over here and played junior college basketball at Western Nebraska and Barton County in Kansas before going to Gonzaga last year. Here's the West Coast Conference. He finished off the three-point play. Denham Brown, the runner. Hilton Armstrong tried to fling it off one of the Zags. It was too great a distance to pull that off.
And Mark Few's doing a great job resting his people. As noted, a long game last night, plus the continual pounding of a UConn can take its toll.
I like that 1-2-2 three-quarter court pressure that Gonzaga threw on. It forced a quick shot from UConn. Weren't able to probe, get the ball.
Gaines bumped and fouled by Austrie. And that's the first on the freshman from Stamford, Connecticut. It puts the Huskies over the limit.
So UConn's defense has been very good, though. Solid, other than meeting Baptista coming running down the floor, not stepping out.
That's really what carried them in the first two games. I mean, their offense was there from time to time, but it wasn't consistent. It was their defense that was consistently excellent.
Now Gerganis at the line. There was some speculation, red shirt, but they're without Earl Knight, a terrific guard, senior, who was the West Coast Conference Defensive Player of the Year last year. He's had lingering knee problems, so that made it necessary to play Gerganis this year. They hope to have Knight back at some point. He hasn't played yet this year.
Talked to Knight before the game, asked him when he'd be back. He says he'll be back in a week. He feels great.
Oh, what a nice punch of hand. Malum with a great look, faked right, hit left, and what an adjustment around the rim.
And Gerganis starting to find Lamarck as a collegian. Well, they played so well without Knight. You can only imagine how much better they'll be when they get him back. He's another outstanding player. Gonzaga by 1, 6.5 to go. First half. Armstrong, that's a held ball. Batista got his hands in there.
UConn will keep it.
Great ball. He bites you every once in a while. Everybody jumps right. And this was terrific. Gerganis with the little kiss delivery. If he went right, it would have been knocked out.
Morrison returns after some quality rest. He was the first Associated Press preseason All-American in Gonzaga history this year. Shot clock down to 5. You wonder if the Huskies are aware. Brown is now. He just looked up. They're not going to get a shot off. Morrison got a pass by Denham Brown, and the Huskies turn it over.
Changing D has been confusing UConn on occasion. Whether it's the three-quarter court or backing up man once in a while, zone, good collaboration.
Morrison will start with the ball, give it up, and run off some screens.
Ribio still has not scored in the game. He's had at least 19 in every game they've played so far this year, all 3. And a trap. Amory Diallo trying to back in, shuffled his feet. He played 2 minutes yesterday. That was his first action at Gonzaga. Junior college transfer out of Midland Junior College in Texas. Diallo originally from France. Anderson Shut off on the drive, and the arcing jump shot was too. Denham Brown, the last to touch it.
Boy, pretty good job by Adam Morrison on the defensive end there on Anderson to move his feet, stop that drive, and then bother the shot with his long arm.
Well, they're not bad. They're man-to-man. I mean, they really understand how to get through screens, challenge shots, and I think they're a good, strong, solid rebounding team.
When they do go man-to-man, UConn's got to look to pound the ball inside.
Look at Morrison flashing, keeping active. Rivio to the down screen.
Morrison shut off by Armstrong and then hit the fadeaway.
He really understands the game, though. Spaced away so the big guy couldn't get to him.
And the response by Denham Brown. You know, you read articles, you hear people talk the comparisons of Morrison to Larry Bird. And you say, oh, come on, you're talking about Larry Bird. But the more you watch him play, you can at least see some of the similarities that would lead people to make that comparison.
Nice play. No charge early.
And Rashad Anderson, the finish, he has 10.
Well, you can see the difference in team speed there. Gonzaga can get up and down the floor. UConn can really get up and down the floor.
Rivio fell in the corner. And Sean, you're right about Larry Bird, though. He just knows how to score, and he's got that cockiness, I think, his ability to play without it, assuming down screens. And I just love this, Jay, the end of it. The footwork and understanding who's guarding him.
He just creates space with it. And he's got great credibility on his shot fakes. When he gives a shot fake, defenders are going to go for it because they know he can make the shot.
They bite.
Gonzaga to play it in with 24 seconds on the shot clock. Word from the Gonzaga bench is that Josh Heitfeld has injured his ankle. It's possible he could return in the second half, and that could be big for them. The strength and size advantage you mentioned, Bill, inside.
Yeah, he is a good rebounder and knows how to play offense too, Sean.
Well, they can also use the fouls.
Rivio still can't get one to go. And Austria controls for Connecticut, up by a point with 4 minutes to go in the first half. Rashad Anderson on fire.
Lack of communication. Too easy. Little screen and pop.
Rashad Anderson, a 4-point lead for Connecticut. Batista working on Boone, and the jump hook goes. He is scoring against one of the best inside defenders in the country.
He's mixing it up pretty good, isn't he?
He's got a great presence down in the low block. He is not a great leaper. It's not like he's going over people, but he's very crafty in his ability to get up shots.
Boone dumped it underneath. Adrian missed a short one, and it comes down to Batista. 3 minutes to go in the half. Connecticut by 2. Morrison stepping on the line, a long two that did not go. Austria the kick ahead to Boone. Nicely done.
Boy, how about Josh Boone? He gets pressure on the shot, almost blocks it, at least changes it a little bit from Morrison, and then takes it the other way with his speed. That's great.
And Adam, instead of sprinting, Jay, to cover, he should have been back there.
6 points for Boone. The lead is 4. The timeout for Gonzaga. Four-point lead for Connecticut, 2:42 to go until halftime.
Josh Boone getting pressure on that shot and taking off as soon as Austria gets the ball. And as you said, Bill, Morrison, one of the few times he didn't get back in transition, whether it be offense or defense.
21st birthday here Monday. He was asked, wanted to do anything in particular for his birthday. He said, well, he was here in Maui. He really wanted to see a volcano. Of course, there's no time for that. One of the wise guys in the media suggested he gets to see a volcano all the time when Jim Calhoun was on the sideline during the game.
I was thinking
many eruptions.
I was thinking maybe he should work with you.
Of course, Haleakala, the island of Maui, a 10,000-foot volcano, one of the big tourist attractions. You ever made that?
Friends have.
I don't get that one. Batista was just holding his ground. Armstrong made the contact.
And Batista whistled for the foul. Number 2 for JP, the 19 foul.
Tomorrow night, it's Thanksgiving. At 8, get your football fix as West Virginia takes on Big East rival Pitt on their hunt for a BCS bid. On ESPN2 at 8, who will gobble up the jackpot Tournament of Champions? Then at 10, the feast continues as South Carolina takes on Alaska Anchorage at the Great Alaska Shootout. It's all on tomorrow night. For all the latest all the time, turn to ESPN News.
Salmon spend most of their adult lives in the ocean. After maturing, they migrate back to spawn in the same rivers and streams where they were born. It is here that many a salmon's life is. However, there is good news. I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance by switching to Geico.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
It's our holiday, be of jolly good cheer. And the holiday
it's coming together.
The best time of the year.
Honey, do we have a saw? Ta-da!
Where does this piece go?
Whatever it is this holiday season, you can get it on eBay.
Would you kindly tell me what you're doing in the road?
I'm with the help desk. You're lost. You're headed to Fresno.
Fresno, right.
This is the road to Albuquerque.
How'd you know we were lost?
The boxes told me.
The boxes?
RFID radio tags on the cargo. Helps track shipments.
The boxes knew we were should drive. Very funny.
Connecticut by 4 here on Maui, where the biggest attraction is Haleakala National Park and the Haleakala volcano. Fortunately for us, it's dormant. Over 10,000 feet high. The summit is 21 miles across, 4,000 feet deep. You could hold the island of Manhattan inside Haleakala.
They have helicopter rides.
Fun.
You ought to try it one year. Take pictures and let Jay and I see them.
Got to dress warm when you go up there. UPS halftime report coming up next. Some moves in Major League Baseball today. Number 1 Duke victorious tonight against the Drexel Dragons. We'll have the highlights and some impressions from the fellas on the early season action from Reese Davis, Fran Fraschilla, and Hubert Davis.
How could you give away the Duke result?
It said on the screen, number 1 Duke prevailed. Ergo, they won.
He doesn't know how to tease.
The graphic already took away any tease off
the ability.
The ability to tease. John Mallon faces up, and there's Pendergraft crashing the boards.
Oh, I just love that kid's effort. Just hangs around, picks up the dirty towels.
4 for Depp. He has 6 rebounds off the bench already.
Nice read.
Berganis has given them some great minutes, and he missed the layup.
I think he was thinking of dunk and got caught between the two.
He just got caught going too fast and get his steps down.
Connecticut by 2, 1:15 to go, first half. The championship game at the 22nd annual EA Sports Maui Invitational. Armstrong gets it to drop.
You know, Anderson made that play. Sprinted, they head so far out and opened up the passing lane.
That was the first bucket of the night for Armstrong. He's celebrating his 21st birthday today. They've had a couple of players reach their 21st birthday on this trip. Ribio finally gets one to spin in. He's 1 for 6 from the floor. That's his first bucket.
He doesn't. He hasn't The game hasn't been coming to him, but he's been comfortable with it.
As you can see, very little difference between the shot clock and game clock, and Connecticut will take it down as deep as it can, and Jim Calhoun wants a timeout after Morrison came out dancing around in front of Marcus Johnson. ESPN2's coverage of college basketball's NIT season tip-off continues Friday with a doubleheader. First, the Drexel Dragons will meet the loser of the game between UCLA 30 Eastern Time. It's the championship game. Top-ranked Duke will get the winner of the UCLA-Memphis matchup. Both games are also available in high definition on ESPN2 HD. Call your cable operator or satellite provider today. The NIT season tip-off is part of Feast Week. There's never been a more appropriately named week than Feast Week, presented by Lowe's on ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU. It's all over the family.
Sort of hate to see this weekend some great players. Kevin O'Connor of the Jazz telling us that he thinks there's 9 pros in this particular venue. And that's including some of the young kids that down the road will become pros. So
well, he said first rounders, right?
Yeah.
9 first rounders.
I mean, there might be other pros.
There's several that can play at the next level. You're not saying just next year, but down the line.
About 30 NBA personnel people, personnel directors, general managers, and they have to be impressed by what they have seen from some of these great collegiate stars.
Got to contain the dribble. That's the bid. They go zone. No, still minimum.
Austrie guarded. Anderson short. Gonzaga has time. Fargo looked up a couple times at the clock and heaves one that almost went in.
Good job by Hilton Armstrong to get some pressure on him.
So a closely contested first half throughout. The star for UConn, Rashad Anderson, filling the void as Rudy Gay continues to do very little. Sal with foul trouble tonight. Now the UPS halftime report. Here's Reese.
Welcome to the UPS halftime report.
Good first half in the championship game. Hubert Davis, Fran Fraschilla alongside, and coming off that splendid performance we saw Adam Morrison put on last night, 43 against Michigan State. He's had to struggle a little bit more than work some.
Yeah, no question. He's 4 for 10, and Rudy Gay actually got in foul trouble. He's not scoring well, but mainly because he's had to guard Adam Morrison. That's a tough assignment, and it's a great matchup because you got 2 guys that potentially are first-team All-Americans.
Yeah, Rudy Gay is struggling offensively, but he's doing a nice job defensively against Adam Morrison. But you have to give credit to Rashad Anderson. He's really stepped up big for Connecticut and doing a nice job of giving them the lead at halftime.
That was a Morrison, Fran.
Well, you see the tough defense, and that's a tough shot. Connecticut has certainly made Morrison the focal point tonight. That's allowed J.P. Batista to get going a little bit inside.
Yeah, Hubert, you saw that one shot. It was closely contested. His first reaction, that's a pro shot.
It is.
That's what the scouts like to see. We'll talk a little more hoop a little bit. Plenty going on in Madison Square Garden. But first, you know, Terrell Owens couldn't have been more shut down if he'd been triple covered by Deion Sanders, Darrell Green, and Ronnie Lott. At his grievance hearing against the Eagles, an arbitrator totally sided with the team, upholding the Eagles' decision to suspend their all-pro wide for the rest of the season. Owens was seeking to either be reinstated or released. It appears that Terrell Owens done as a Philadelphia Eagle, and they will continue to pay him. He just won't play anymore. Jim Thome apparently won't play in Philadelphia anymore either. Traded to the White Sox along with cash, about $22 million in exchange for Aaron Rowan. Now, all of this pending physicals and the commissioner's approval because of the amount of money that's changing hands. White Sox wanting to give young phenom, and the Marlins fire sale continues. Carlos Delgado headed to the Mets in exchange for Mike Jacobs and Yusmeiro Petit, youngster that highly regarded. This also pending physicals and the approval of the commission.
Is brought to you by Lowe's for all your home improvement needs. Lowe's, where improving home improvement never ends.
About to begin the final half of basketball here at the EA Sports Maui Invitational, the 2005 championship game with a 2-point lead over Gonzaga. What do you look for in the second half?
You know, I think Gonzaga's got to feel pretty good about things. They're down 2, but they out-rebounded Connecticut. They shot only 39% to Connecticut's 52. So if they shore up their offense, keep getting the ball inside to Batista, I think they've got to feel pretty solid.
Can Connecticut keep playing this great defense? 39% they've held them to. They've control. Rivio getting into the lane. Morrison's been satisfactory after last night at 4 for 10. He is a bundle.
Can Rudy Gay get it going? Just 2 points in 8 minutes before he got 2 fouls and went to the bench for the rest of the first half. That's off his 6-point performance of last night after he had 28 in the opener Monday night. Rivio tried to jam it inside. It was deflected out of bounds by Denham Brown. Derek Rivio with Pierre-Marie Altidore Cespedes. Beginning the second half, Sean Mallon, J.P. Batista, and Adam Morrison up. Batista working on Hilton Armstrong, and it rolls off to Rudy Gay. His second rebound. Austrie with Gay, Boone, Armstrong, and Brown for Connecticut to open the second half.
Tough match for Rivio to have to guard Denham Brown. Brown bigger and stronger.
And he jump shot too.
Gay inside. He looks much more assertive in the first 50 seconds. Went up in the air with authority for the defensive rebound a moment ago, and clearly wanted that ball in traffic inside on offense.
Well, you like the way that he went inside. He's been fading out to the three-point line and settling for jumpers.
How about this kid, Sean? He's amazing. Creative, little kiss at the end, and good defense here by Cespedes.
It'll be Connecticut's ball.
Rudy Gay going down into the post, doing a nice job, and there's no shot blocker right now for Gonzaga. They try to stay in front of you and stay big and strong, but they're not going to go up and wipe it away.
Yeah, the coaches weren't happy with Gay's performance last night. They said something at the half.
Boone short with a jump hook. Morrison the rebound.
Boone was
His
kind of
second.
I'm sorry, Sean. Boone was kind of fading away on that. He needs to go toward the basket.
Rivio to Mallon. Rivio still with so far in this one. Block the call.
Boone trying to elicit a call from the officials.
Instead, he gets whistled for his second foul.
Nice entry pass. Mallon does that well. You see Morrison still moving.
See, that was a flop. I mean, Batista is making the contact first, but that was definitely a flop. Josh Boone doesn't go down that easy. He's stronger than that.
Nice help defensively.
Now Gay leading a 3-on-3 break. Boone, and a blocking foul called on Altidore Cespedes.
Good call.
I agree.
Good call.
Yep. Slid all the way. Got to get back, though. Look at the numbers. 3-on-2, and a wonderful decision by Boone to slide by, and also he's going to make a nice look to Brown on the wing.
First foul on the Canadian, Altidore Cespedes. He's from Montreal. Champlain School, the same high school that sent Maurice Joseph on to Michigan State. Rivio called for a reach-in foul. His second. Gay inside for 2 more.
That's called assertiveness. That's a star being assertive. He wasn't assertive in the last ball game. He wasn't assertive in the first half. Now he's asserting himself.
Jay just looked for Jai there.
3 from Allen. He has 5 points for the game. Also an outstanding student, better than 3.3 grade point average in political science. Gay already taken more shots in this half than he did in the entire first half. Out of bounds to Connecticut.
And he's looking like he wants to show Morrison he can play a little bit here inside. But early in the game, Jay, the jump shots, nothing in the fluid offense, and now it up.
It's almost like you want to start him in the post to establish him there, and then he can drift.
Gay again. And he's over the back of Altidore Cespedes.
Why would you do that?
And you know he's a great performer. It is interesting. The frustration maybe. Get back inside. That would help.
So Gay picks up his third, and he'll go to the bench. We also Heitvelt, the 6'11" talented freshman for Gonzaga, will not return with that ankle injury, and that seemed to be the likely conclusion after we watched him limp off to the locker room at the end of the first half. The jump hook by Batista spun out, and here comes Connecticut up by 1.
And that really hurts the rotation, Sean. If there are any foul problems later, big upside by the big man.
Rebound, Batista, his third.
Morrison.
Good run.
Bad pass by Ribio, a little behind Morrison. Bodies fly everywhere, and a held ball is the call. It'll go back to the UConn Huskies. There's Josh Heidveld, the freshman from Clarkston, Washington, lying on the court at the end of their bench. Injured his ankle on that play when Rashad Anderson got out, and Rashad wound up landing on the lower legs of Josh. That's a loss for them. He's been a factor. He had 9 points, 4 rebounds, a block shot in 19 minutes against Michigan State yesterday.
He's long-armed. He's athletic. He can step away and hit a shot.
Oh, nice job by Morrison here with the dribble.
And Brown short with it.
And Morrison really stuck with it even after Brown shook him. He got back to really bother that shot.
Seemed to use in this half, Connecticut's a little too content to take jump shots. Traveling the call against Batista.
It's funny when you got a power game, they talked to us before the game, let's get it in, decimate the interior defense, and you're settling for the long jumper.
Well, he needs an angle to the basket, JP Batista. You know, it's funny, when you push him off the lane, I think he's much more limited.
Right.
Doesn't mean he can't hit a shot, a turnaround jumper. I think it does. The further you get him away from the basket, at least the better off you are.
They do go inside this time, and Boone dunks it.
Power.
8 points for Josh Boone. The lead back to 3 for Connecticut.
Gotta face him up.
But he's not getting screens to go off.
Batista short. And Brown almost ran into his own man, Austria, after he dribbled out the rebound. Chance for a little working margin here if Connecticut can convert. It's been a very tightly played game throughout. Boone too strong. And it came down to Batista.
Boone's got a matchup that is favorable against Pendergraft. They need to go to him.
Nice pump.
This for 3.
Well, that's great basketball, though. Dispersing the basketball, draw the attention, and kick out the open look.
Those are his first points of the tournament. He had taken only 1 shot in 16 minutes combined in the first 2 games. Austria, good look at it, and got the soft bounce.
Way to handle the double, huh? Somebody's got to be home.
A poised player, Craig Austria's done a nice job offensively and defensively.
He has 5 tonight. He had a career early in his freshman year against Arizona last night. And he was perfect shooting the ball. 4-4 from the floor and 6 for 6 from the line for Austria against the Wildcats.
So Jim Calhoun's showing no mercy. He's going to pound it inside. He's coming in with more power.
Austria miss. Armstrong, a strong rebound, and he was fouled. Timeout. Craig Austria and the UConn Huskies leading by 3.
The NCAA Women's Basketball Championship coming in March.
Hey. So what'd they say?
Oh, same. 3 hours.
We'll still be at my folks for Christmas.
I say we start Christmas right now.
Oh, honey, this isn't very Christmassy.
Sure it is. You're here.
This holiday, tell her she's what makes everything special with a beautiful gift of gold from Kay Jewelers. Because gold is the one language everyone understands. And you can be assured.
At least Santa's still flying.
Every kiss begins with K.
At BASF, we don't make the sunscreen, we make it stronger. We don't make the helmet, we make it tougher. We don't make the bridge, we make it more durable. We don't make the car, we make it more colorful. We don't make a lot of the products you buy, we buy better. BASF, the chemical company.
Hey, it's May. I got some bad news. The airport's shut down. I know it's Christmas Eve. No, there's nothing going out. I am so sorry. Merry Christmas.
What would you do for love this Christmas?
With a Canon PowerShot digital camera, you can make a powerful statement.
Make every shot a power shot.
Complete the picture and bring your photos to life with the Selfie Compact Photo Printer.
Over the weekend, an annual tradition as all 8 teams competing in the EA Sports Maui Invitational took part in the NCAA March Madness 2006 video game tournament. Played in the simulated Lahaina Civic Center. It features a Maui Invitational mode. Gonzaga's Adam Morrison in this matchup defeated by Maryland's Sterling Ledbetter. You might say it was a sterling performance. Probably the only time all week. Morrison failed to score in double figures.
Pleasant evening for the kids. You were there as well.
Took my family. The EA Sports people put on a great party.
I'm sure it was for free. Otherwise,
otherwise I wouldn't have showed up.
Exactly.
I was surprised you weren't there, by the way, if it was for free.
Well, I heard it was a short cocktail party.
As Bill likes to say, if it's free, I'll take 3. Hilton Armstrong on the line. Short. The free throw shooting hasn't been as good for these two teams tonight as it had been previously in the tournament. It could be an indication of fatigue setting in.
I like the old-time philosophy espoused by Calhoun. He's just going to pound it and pound it. Adrian's coming in for the shooter. They got 6 people rotating.
Armstrong made the free throw his first make. He's 1 for 5 in the game after going 8 of 9 from the free throw line last night. Matching their largest lead, 14-15 remaining in the EA Sports Maui Invitational Championship game. Sean McDonough, Bill Raftery, Jay Billis. Delighted to have you with us for Feast Week presented by Lowe's.
So this defense has been terrific for UConn. Look at the challenge and some help.
That's been a staple of the Calhoun era, annually up there at the top of the country in field goal percentage defense. Mike Kitzel depriving Sean Mallon of a bucket. There is a foul against the Huskies. Ed Nelson, his first.
With Jim Calhoun playing so many big guys, showing his depth up front, that has the tendency to wear you down, and without Heitfeld in there, that's going to be a problem for Gonzaga down the stretch.
I think Mark Few's done a great job resting people, too.
Pendergraft has come in and done a nice job for him.
Sure has.
You're saying the lack of height will be felt without Heitfeld.
It will be late.
Sterling thing to say there.
Pargo guarded by Brown. Jeremy's the brother Gennaro Pargo of the Chicago Bulls. Rivio shot blocked by Adrian. Boy, the more you watch him play, the more you appreciate what a talent he is. And then Brown threw it right into the number 2 of Pargo. Gerganis took about 6 steps and gets called for travel.
Just a little inexperience. Nice. Your comment on Adrian is true. He just plays. Rebounds, runs. Here he gets a piece of it. And right away, Jay, look at him sprint to the other end. It's just this telegraph pass, unfortunately.
What was so impressive about that was how quickly Adrian got up, because Rivio has got a really quick trigger.
As does Benham Brown. Adrian kept it alive. Good hands by Gerganis. It looked like it might have hit Adrian on the way out after Gerganis blocked it, but apparently not. Officials had a much better view than we did. Back in for Gonzaga, picked to win the West Coast Conference again this year. They've won 5 straight WCC regular season titles and 6 of the last 7 conference tournaments. Rashad Anderson will go to the line.
Just not ready defensively, the Zags, but the double point guard has really been successful for them. And with Morrison back on the floor, I looked for these two guys to free him up a little bit more. He hasn't been able to get many touches.
Well, when you talk about point guard, UConn, I mean, they're up 4 with the chance to go up 6 right here, playing against one of the best teams in the country in Gonzaga, and they're playing without their point guard, Marcus Williams. And Craig Austrie has done a nice job. Rob Garrison has come in. I mean, the power of this team, when they get Williams back in January, they are going to be really impressive.
And they'll be an 11-man team then.
And I think if they win this tonight, fellas, they're going to go undefeated for the stretch that they're going to be forced to play without Marcus Williams. They return home. They have a very between now and when they get him back. All of their games until January 3rd are at home. They're against Army, Texas Southern, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Morehead State, Stony Brook, and Quinnipiac.
And if Gay attacks the rim and posts up like he just did, they will certainly have little difficulty.
Largest lead. 7 points now. Gay has 8 in the ball game. And you do wonder about the after effects of that 3 overtime game. They just do not seem to have as much life, as much energy, much quickness. Talking about Gonzaga as what we saw from them in the game against Michigan State yesterday.
I think UConn's taken it out of them a little bit.
And they play with such enthusiasm, and it is lacking. I think the head is willing and the body's weak.
Helby has 2 points. He's averaged 23 per game in their first 3. Morrison, it looked like a tough shot for anybody else. Not particularly difficult for Adam. 13 points now for the junior.
Corkscrew delivery.
And he's had to work for every one of those 13, whether it's Denham Brown or Rashad Anderson, Rudy Gay. He has been well guarded.
Garrison, a nice bounce pass and an up and under from Jeff Adrian.
It's too strong. Look at the side. Rudy Gay, Josh Boone, Jeff Adrian, some bulk as well.
They list Adrian at 6'6". He looks taller than that.
Plays taller. Anderson on Morrison. They mentioned they were going to switch a lot of guys on him. Look at this show and recover.
Nobody guarding Mallon. He started down the lane. And a goaltend against Adrian. Count the basket for J.P. Batista. He has 12.
I just like Mark Hughes trying to get them to go, rev it up. That's what they have to do.
5-point game at the EA Sports Maui Invitational Championship.
I see packages coming in from Shanghai today.
Yeah, Oracle, I know. 200 and 80 from Portland tomorrow morning.
What?
It's UPS. See, now I get a detailed report of all their shipments coming in. Huh. I've already notified production and alerted sales.
Well, I can't compete with that.
Yeah, that's why you're being reassigned to accounting.
Some beers have a full taste, but are too filling. Some beers are easy to drink, but don't satisfy. Then, there's Budweiser Select. Made from only the finest hand-picked American and Bavarian hops. Budweiser Select is brewed longer for a bold taste that finishes clean. Everybody has their something, but Budweiser Select has it all.
All their moves under your control. NBA Live 2006. Rated E for everyone. EA Sports. It's in the game.
We're back at the EA Sports Maui Invitational Championship game. The game track brought to you by MetLife. The turnovers pretty much even, but UConn's done a much better job of capitalizing on the 8 Gonzaga turnovers. And that's the reason why they lead by 5 with 11:37 to go.
Still hanging, though. No quit in the Zags. Big thing is get the offense going, Jay. They have struggled in their half-court stuff.
Well, they've been closely guarded. They haven't been able to get a lot of open looks. I think if the ball continues to go inside, now we'll scramble out of that 2-3 zone.
Not a bad idea, too. Try and shake it up, force a quickie.
Well, yesterday the pace was quick. That seemed to suit Gonzaga. They like it up and down. Gay. Yeah, Batista caught the air ball. Now Ribio after the 6th rebound by Batista.
Not able to turn the corner, either point guard.
Fargo has Denham Brown on him.
Move the ball. They're pounding it too much.
They go into Batista and he scores.
He's set up easily.
Well, he got another great angle. Got Armstrong on his hip. And when he locks into that angle, he is tough to knock off.
3, nearly midway through the second half. Hilton Armstrong with Morrison responding quickly, and Armstrong powered to the bucket. 5 points for the senior from Peekskill, New York, Hilton Armstrong. Morrison directing traffic. Looking for Ribio to pop out.
He's looking to come off some bumps.
Watch the rescreen, the back pick, and then the rescreen.
That's what he wanted.
that action is so good for them.
It sure is. It's been rewarding.
Screen and rescreen. It's really tough on the defender, and Morrison can make you pay at the end of it. Somebody's got to get into the middle.
Brown rifled the pass underneath to Armstrong. He lost it on the way up, but Gay ran it down. Shot. And a very tough shot by Austria. The bench thought he got hit on the shot. There is no whistle. Here's Gonzaga, 2 to tie and 3 for the lead. Into Batista. A little short with it. He managed to keep it alive momentarily, but it was corralled by Austria.
Look at Boone.
Yeah, nice run again.
Blocked by Mallon. Controlled by Batista, surrounded by Huskies, and fouled by Boone.
What are they doing?
Just run back.
Let's head back to Reese Davis for a moment for a Sports Center 30 at 30 update.
All right, Sean, if only winning on the field were so easy for the Philadelphia Eagles. They totally blew out Terrell Owens in the arbitration hearing. Owens was seeking to either be reinstated or released by the Eagles after his dispute with the team. An arbitrator said no way. Now the Eagles won't play him anymore this year, but seek to trade him or release him before next March.
That was a surprise to me, predicting a different outcome of that arbitration hearing. Gonzaga missed another chance to tie it. Austria. Armstrong moved it quickly for 3 from Denham Brown.
Well, his game has just expanded. Tried to penetrate earlier, made a good look, didn't get a goal. This time fading and knocking it down.
Here to 4. Brown had a quiet night. Has 5. They still lead with not as much.
In a straight sprint, most performance cars perform equally well. But the world isn't straight, which is why the Audi A4 is available with Quattro all-wheel drive. Celebrate the power and control of the Audi A4 at the 25 Years of Quattro event. Take a test drive today.
Now the big game really is in your room. ESPN and Fisher-Price introduced the ESPN Shot Block Basketball. It's the only basketball game with built-in defense, featuring the voice of ESPN's own Dick Vitale.
Wow, what a nice shot!
With electronic scoring and real crowd noise, the ESPN Shot Block Basketball gives you 8 different ways to play, from rookie to pro.
What a performance like that, you might be on Sports Center!
Take it to the hole with the ESPN Shot Block Basketball. In stores now. Batteries.
It's the prisoners versus the guards.
Looking forward to it. Why can't I be cool? That's the reason. Sit down and shut up.
Now on demand. Rent with your remote and tackle the huge comedy. Sandler, Rock.
Will you teach me football? I'll teach you anything. Just don't eat me.
The Longest Yard.
I'm a little Dutch girl dressed in blue. I shouldn't be playing, should I? No.
Check your on-screen guide to rent with your remote today.
Tune to channel 501 to watch this movie now. Time Warner Cable.
Time Warner Cable's digital phone service is spreading faster than gossip.
Looks like the Harrises are getting digital phone
First.
But they're not. The Rogers got it last week, then the Jordans, then the Richardsons, then the Smiths. I mean, I'm dizzy.
Digital phone gives you all your calls, plus calling features and more for one low monthly price. No wonder thousands are switching every day.
This digital phone, you suppose there's something we don't know?
Get digital phone. It's got everyone talking.
And welcome back to the championship game at the 22nd annual EA Sports Maui Invitational. Last year, the champion of this event was North Carolina. Started them on their way on a national championship run. And it's certainly conceivable that either one of these make that kind of run. They have that kind of talent and coaching, that's for sure. Rivio. And the rebound to Adrian, who walked but got away with it.
Wow, does he go up and get it, though? Tough shot that deep.
He's just been a little bit off on his shots. That's a shot that normally he can knock down.
Oh, and this is at nice move. 1 for 8, and there's a dunk by Adrian.
A little lingerie on the deck. Lifted those eyebrows, and everybody went airborne.
He has 8, the lead back to 7. Matching the largest advantage of the night for Connecticut, under 8 minutes to go.
A good pressure on the ball by Adrian. Mallon had Morrison and missed him.
Rivio fouled on his way to the basket. He's a 90% free throw shooter. Last year, he'll shoot after the timeout. Jeff, again tonight.
All their moves under your control. NBA Live 2006. Rated E for everyone. EA Sports. To the game.
Celebrate the power and control of the Audi A6 at the 25 Years of Quattro event. Take a test drive today.
Campbell's Junkie presents tips from Mama McNabb.
Don't eat junky. Eat chunky New England clam chowder now comes in microwavable bowls.
New England, huh? Well, I like it anyway.
Campbell's Junkie, it fills you up right.
Built strong. Built comfortable. Built right. Wrangler 5-star premium denim jeans. Wrangler, real, comfortable jeans.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of is brought to you by the Maui Visitors Bureau and the Magic of the Isles of Maui, Molokai, and Lanai. And Audi, leading the way with road-gripping Quattro all-wheel drive. It's greater to lead than follow.
Nice way to spend the evening. We're having more fun, I think, inside Lahaina Civic Center as we look back at the tournament summary. One of the great games in recent college basketball memory. Played yesterday's time game in the history of this tournament, won by Gonzaga. Single game record set by Adam Morrison in that game. We have 5 teams ranked in the top 25, 3 in the top 10, including these 2. And It's a field that had a lot of hype coming over to Maui, and they've lived up to it with their performances.
Can either one of you remember a better performance than Morrison that you watched or were a part of?
I can't. I mean, to put 43 points up against that kind of defense, and especially did it.
I thought Secretariat and the Belmont was pretty impressive.
Ran away. Well, Bradley in the Holiday Festival one year had an incredible game, much like that against Michigan and Cassie Russell.
Ribio with his third and fourth points. Those are just the fifth and sixth free throws shot by Gonzaga. They went to the line 28 times in the 3 overtime game yesterday. Gay looked inside, instead gave it to Austri. Out there with Adrian, Armstrong, and Brown. Armstrong, the nice dump to Adrian, and he was fouled.
Look at Armstrong. He enjoyed that more than scoring. How about that? And Adrian making himself available, Jake.
And it was all made possible by the aggressive move into the lane. That drew the defender Pendergraft, and Adrian took him to the rim.
That's incredible. A big guy rejoicing.
Boy, that really put Pargo in a tough spot. If he drops down on Adrian, then he leaves a wide open shooter at the three-point line.
Adrian finishes the three-point play. Largest lead for Connecticut. And 4 fouls now on David Pendergraft.
And Sean, another solid up front performer. Look at this penetration.
Oh, nice finish.
Pargo. Watching that, waiting for somebody for Connecticut to step in and stop him, and nobody did.
How about finishing over a Connecticut defender?
Armstrong guarded tightly by Batista. Foster was thinking about getting it back in Armstrong, but could not.
I thought he should have, though, Sean. You're right. Had him right on his back.
10 to shoot. Brown uses an Armstrong screen. Taken off by Ribio.
Morrison.
Pendergraft with a down screen gets him set.
Morrison long with the 3 off the fingertips of Adrian. Back to Morrison. The floater.
Oh, he's a gamer. He hung with that, the sprint, and then Pendergraft set him up with the screen.
Every time it looks like the Huskies might pull away, the Zags respond. Timeout. Connecticut. 0-4 to go, and Calhoun's Huskies leading by 4.
The run out set it up, Jake.
Running the floor, came around a screen on the opposite side after he crossed underneath, didn't give up on the play, and he's got all the shots, the complete package.
Incredible. Great understanding of which one and when to release it.
We mentioned all the minutes, 53 of them in the game yesterday, but he looks like he could go and play at this level all night long.
You know, protects the basketball in traffic very well for a 6'9" guy. Even that rebound, he made sure nobody was around before he made the move to the goal. You'll see him on other rebounds and even dribbling the ball.
And one thing that Mark Few and his staff really look for in recruiting, they don't just go after talented players. They go after guys that fit together, and they're all competitors. They're all gamers.
They like to play.
And they like to play together.
He's approaching the tournament record for most points within a single EA Sports Maui invitation. Record of 93 by George Gilmore in 1991. Penny Hardaway had 90 points in 1992. Morrison is 86 at the moment. Certainly if Gonzaga wins, he's going to be the tournament MVP. Pargo sent it off the back of Gay, and Gay was out of bounds when it hit him, so the ball goes over to the Zags.
Real heads-up play.
But Gay was fortunate to get a foul there.
Yep. They've had a couple of time with one giveaway. And Gay earlier after a missed shot.
They go inside. Batista couldn't finish. Ribio, a very deep 3, barely got the front rim. Rashad Anderson, the rebound. Austri deflected by Ribio. Lucky for Connecticut, it went right to Gay for the dunk.
Well, good things happen when you sprint and fill a lane. Beneficiary.
Boy, Ribio got a hand on that pass, and it could not have gone more directly to Gay than it did. And a timeout called by Mark Few. Thank God for the laser surgery, though. I might not have been able to read that banner from over here. No offense to Dayton. They have a very good program, too. Skip Dayton. Shouldn't have done that. Pete Walaskowski was the MVP for Dayton when they won here 2 years ago.
Brian Gregory's first year.
Yes, nice way for him to start. Yes.
Screen in, get another screen. Can elevate now over Anderson.
Under 5 minutes to go. Gonzaga really hasn't been able to get on any runs or spurts, but this terrific defense thrown at them by Connecticut.
5 seconds.
Pargo splits the double, has to shoot, blocked out of bounds by Armstrong, and it's a shot clock violation.
It's something that a young guy, he thinks he could take his guy. He had a reset with Morrison, and nice job with the dribble, but give it into Morrison. He'll create a shot.
6 block shots for Connecticut. They've led the nation in block shots as a team each of the last 4 years. Gay slapped away by Pargo.
This kid hustles, though.
Boy, that's a backcourt violation, says John Higgins. I think Gay was lucky he didn't get called for a foul. Ending off Pargo as they went after that loose ball.
How can that be an over and back when Pargo got a hand on it?
Exactly, that's what I saw in front of us, too.
Give it to him. Morrison was wide open.
And that's what Morrison was saying. He was hollering at Sean Mallon after the pass went elsewhere. Livio just can't get catches the ball. Somebody is right there. That time Austria was a little too close and got called for the foul, his second. And the 6th on the team, so one more and it's a bonus.
You know, Sean, with Morrison posting up on one block, Armstrong's helping. They can get Baptista on the other block anytime they want on a duck-in on a good ball reversal. So if he doesn't get it, get it around quickly because he'll just seal his man off.
Inbound it to Batista. Gay's gone to the bench for a moment for Morrison with Rivio, Pargo, Mallon, and Batista for Gonzaga. Pargo jammed the brakes on and nearly blocked. Rivio, good drive and the finish.
And a nice clear out the back and a screen to get him around.
Well, he doesn't do that all that often, and it almost looks as if he's catching the defense by surprise when he decides to drive. He can do it, as he's clearly demonstrated. Strong move to the bucket by Denham Brown.
When he puts those shoulders square with the backboard, he exhibits some power.
Well, he's going away from the basket, then turned back. Just a great move.
Morrison's pass deflected, but it came back to him after Armstrong got a piece. Rivio still off. That's been a major story in this game. Usually an outstanding shooter, 2 for 11 tonight. Last year he shot from three-point range and made 77, leading the West Coast Conference.
Looked like he rushed that one, didn't it?
Yeah, and I'm thinking Austria's really played him well, too.
Yes, he has.
So I think sometimes you have a tendency to rush when you're finally free.
Denham Brown, a big bucket as the Huskies tried to hold off the Zags. Well, whoever it is who emerges as the MVP of this tournament will Hurley for Duke, the MVP here. Co-MVP with Anthony Hardaway in 1992. Travis Ford in 1993 as Kentucky won the championship. Terry Kittles led Villanova past North Carolina in 95. Rafe LaFrance for victorious Kansas in 96. Mike Dunleavy in 2001. And Raymond Felton last year as North Carolina beat Iowa for the EA Sports Maui Invitational.
Some awfully good names. A lot of Dukies. Did you have an in-season tournament when you were playing?
Played in the Rainbow Classic one year. Got beat by SMU. Butch Moore hit a 50-footer on us at the buzzer.
Was Shoemate with them too or no?
No, not them.
3 seconds to shoot for Connecticut. Denham Brown, an air ball. That's a shot clock violation. Down to 2:36 to go. Connecticut has been able to hold Gonzaga at about this distance through most of the second half of the second half.
Nice cut.
Morrison off the feed from Batista, had it swatted by Adrian. Morrison for three, a little short, rebounded by Mallon. Pargo, they have Rivio wide open beyond the arc. He tried a tough layup, and it was deflected out of bounds by Josh Boone.
How about pretty competitive in there.
The shot blocking and shot changing is really, really difficult to go against.
You know, Morrison, I'm sure he felt he had an easy deuce on that back cut, but they close.
Rivio kicks it to Pargo. Rivio found a little crease, took a bump, missed a shot. The crowd for Connecticut wanted to travel. Batista has it back from Morrison. Count the three-point play. Batista could cut the Connecticut lead in half.
Boy, did they come at you, testing your mettle. This team unabashed on all the shot blocking, the changes, and right here, I thought this was as good a look as I've seen Morrison make all week. I mean, he could have shot that, but find his partner in a better spot, able to square up and knock it down.
But just out scrapping. The rebound by Mallon, getting it out. Outstanding job by Rivio. Batista going after it. They're not on. And they have will.
Sean Anderson goes out after his first foul. Rudy Gay back in. Batista at the line, 16 points. Good free throw shooter. And makes a big free throw to make it a one-possession game with just under 2 minutes to go.
See if that gives them a little extra bounce.
I just think they get their fingers in you, they don't go away.
See if Connecticut gets something inside out rather than just relying on the perimeter shot.
Austria leaner, it rolled off. It hung for so long on the rim before it fell into the hands of Mallon. His fifth rebound. Zags on the run. A three ball would tie it.
Oh, he's on the sideline.
Oh my goodness. Pargo on the sideline right in front of the Gonzaga bench.
I think when he made the step back to get the pass to the post, he brushed that sideline.
Boone into Austria, Brown, Gay, and Armstrong. The rest of the fives and for Jim Calhoun. Gay with Morrison closing in on it. Down to 1 minute to go in the championship game at the EA Sports Maui Invitational.
Big rebound defensively now.
10 to shoot for the Huskies. Brown. Gay, quick catch and shoot. Long rebound, Armstrong.
Size out prevails.
And then Rivio runs out to foul Austria.
Rebound of the evening right there by Hilton. Get himself in good position on the weak side.
Just a tough bounce for Mallon to be able to go after. Tried to get contact, but really good job of following the ball by Hilton Armstrong. Armstrong's had a terrific tournament.
Sure has.
Really emerging as a force for UConn.
So now Austria with a one-on-one. 2 for 3 from the line. Only missed one so far in his collegiate career. He's 15 out of 16 now. From the free throw line as a Connecticut Husky. Every other MVP since has been on the winner.
Could still be, though. Time.
For Adam to be on the winning team. Yes. That's assuming it stays this way.
You don't need a three now. Gonzaga can take it to the rack. And if they draw, they can dish for a three.
Nice. Oh, he should have shot it. Oh, he could have been three.
And he tried to. Just was hard with the position of his feet at the time he got hit by Austria. It is the 8th team foul, the 3rd personal on Austria. So Rivio, one of the best free throw shooters in the country, will shoot a 1-and-1.
Kids are so clever now how to draw the body to them, take the hit. He was trying to get rid of it.
And now Gonzaga gets a chance to score with no time going off the clock. They can set up some full court pressure. Not a good foul by UConn.
Team, by the way, is J.P. Batista of Gonzaga. Connecticut's Hilton Armstrong and Denham Brown, and Maurice Ager of Michigan State, who earned it and then some with his courageous 36-point performance yesterday in the loss to Gonzaga.
This kid is unerring. You mentioned last night the 41 in a row. And just gets right back at it.
6th in the nation last year in free throw percentage at 90.3. He has 7 points tonight, way below. Batista goes to the bench. Pendergraft back in. He makes both. It's a 2-point game. Austrian inbound with Pendergraft defending.
Nice job switching.
Oh, tough pass into Gay, into a trap, and he's fouled. So here's Rudy Gay, 71% from the line last year. First free throw of the night for Rudy Gay. Missed the free throw. So now 2 to tie and 3 for the lead for Gonzaga. 20 seconds to go. Morrison uses a screen from Rivio, blocked by Armstrong. Morrison blocked again by Armstrong. Pargo whistles it underneath, fouled, and will go to the line with a chance to tie it with 6.6 to go.
What a look by Pargo. That is incredible with heat on it.
Batista 3 out of 4 from the line tonight. And he's been almost perfect as well. 10 for 10 from the line against Michigan State. He's now 23 of 25 from the line in this tournament. And a timeout with the potential tying free throw to come. Last time Gonzaga was tied was at 39-39 with 15-13 remaining. And fellas, this is a fitting ending. This is the way this tournament should end.
It almost seems destined for this game to go to overtime, the way all these different games have been played. Gonzaga, Michigan State, and Michigan State, Arizona today going to overtime. But if Batista is able to knock down this free throw, do you put some full court pressure on off the ball up court?
Oh, absolutely. Keep it back, make him catch it going away, take away the post entry too to a guy like Rudy Gay. I'm so impressed, with UConn's inner strength. They've blocked shots, they've been terrific around the glass. Then you counter it with a Gonzaga team, maybe somewhat fatigued, relentless in their pursuit, get a piece of you, keep hanging in, now trying to steal it.
So Batista back at the line for the second free throw that would tie the. Ooh, a lot of rim, but it fell through. We're tied with 6.6 to go. Denham Brown guarded by Morrison. Denham Brown, good!
They're going to put one or 2 tenths of a second back at most. I have to watch the clock. It's really meaningless at this point, but Denham Brown, who has shown massive improvement. Never made him turn, Jay. Went left all the way, never made him turn once.
Boy, Connecticut did a great job out of that timeout, organizing to get that ball up the court quickly.
But boy, that shot under duress over Morrison and Batista, showing incredible poise under pressure.
And they're going to give a second, at least a second. That is amazing. He has not thrown that type of shot up all night. It's been a face-up or getting to the rim or finishing around the glass. But in no way did they make him turn back to the middle. And I think this will be a second. That's my guess.
Yeah, it comes in with about 1.3.
1.1. It looks like they're pointing.
Yep. That's what it's going to be. 1.1. Denham Brown. Remember the all-tournament team even before that shot. If you're looking for the UConn MVP for the 3 games, he'd be it. 21 against Arkansas, 17 against Arizona. Only 9 tonight.
You can get it to half court and get their one timeout too. You know, good catch, get it right away. If that's what they want.
That's not going to leave much time.
Well, you get just around a second.
You might want to see some sort of Alexander Beloff pass.
Allen will play it in. He'll have the tough task with Hilton Armstrong. So long at 6'11", 235 pounds. Allen gets it to Morrison at midcourt. He lets it fly. He got it off. He did not. It won't count even if it goes in. And Connecticut has won the 2005 EA Sports Invitational. They win an in-season tournament that they did not host for the first time since 1956. And they won the Orange Bowl Classic. One of the few things left for the Huskies that they had not accomplished in the Jim Calhoun era. Mark Few and his staff have to be soaked. The Gonzaga Bulldogs battled again all the way to the end, trailing virtually throughout the entire second half, in position to win it, were it not for a huge shot build by a great player.
Incredible. He took it right to the baseline, reverse pivot, and then the floater. He has really stepped up his game, Sean.
Well, the Huskies come to Maui with this terrific field without the man who would be their starting point guard, Marcus Williams, and they'll head back home to Stores with a perfect 4-0 record. Another trophy for Jim Calhoun, and he's with Jay Billis.
Jim Calhoun, congratulations on the Maui Invitational Championship. Your defense seemed to really carry you through this ball game. How proud are you with the freshman point guard that your team was able to pull this out?
Well, I couldn't be prouder. And Jeff Adrian, how about him for a freshman? I mean, he was terrific. And I think, Jay, you know, the idea of having these two kids come to these 3 games against a terrific Gonzaga team, a terrific team in Arizona last night, and obviously Arkansas, really proved to me that we can with Morrison, who's as good as there is in the country, Baptiste. That's a terrific basketball team that could play in any league in the country.
Just over 6 seconds to go. You had to go the length of the court. You knew you'd get pressed full court. What were you looking to accomplish?
A layup. We just said go to the hole, because what they'll do, they'll soften up because they don't want to commit that foul, because we say in a tie game a lot of times, don't foul late. And so we told get him to go the hole hard as he can. He made a great play.
Well, Jim, congratulations on your first championship of the season. Sean, back to you.
All right, Jim. It was a tournament that had plenty of hype coming in, and it's one of those events that lived up to the advanced billing. Connecticut a winner, 65-63 in the championship game over Gonzaga. Coming up next, Sports Center. And be sure to tune in to ESPN News for a post-game extra from Maui. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader